A real case from New Jersey shows exactly how the US immigration system is failing in 2026. A woman filed her green card application in 2019. Her case was approved. Her employer sponsored her. She followed every rule. She submitted every document correctly. There were no mistakes in her file. And yet, today in 2026, she is still waiting. Not for approval, not for review. Just waiting. Her daughter was 8 years old when she started this process. Today, she is 15. 7 years have passed, inside a system that already said yes, and USCIS has never clearly explained why. Now think about that for a second. If the system approved her, why is she still stuck? This is where most people get confused, because what happened to her is not rare, it is not unusual, it is happening to millions of people right now. At this moment, there are approximately 4.4 million approved green card petitions in the United States that are not moving forward. These are not rejected cases, these are not incomplete applications. These are approved cases. USCIS has already reviewed them, already verified them, already accepted them, and still, they are waiting. So the question becomes, what is actually causing this delay? Because if you don't understand this part, you will never understand your own case, and more importantly, you might make decisions that actually make your delay worse. Today, we are going deeper than surface-level explanations. We are not talking about backlogs in general terms. We are breaking down the actual system, because once you understand how this system works, you will understand exactly where your delay is coming from. And here is the first thing you need to understand. The green card process is not one system, it is two completely separate systems. And this is where almost everyone makes their first mistake. The first system is USCIS processing. This is where your petition is reviewed. This is where your I-130 or I-140 is approved. This is the part most people focus on. The second system is completely different. It is controlled by the US Department of State, and it works through something called the Visa Bulletin. This is where actual visa numbers are allocated. Now here is the critical part. These two systems do not move together. They are independent. That means your case can be fully approved and still not move forward, or your visa number can be available, and USCIS can still delay your processing. And in 2026, both systems are under pressure, but for completely different reasons. Now here is where things become even more important. Most applicants are tracking the wrong system. Some people check USCIS processing times every week, while their real delay is inside the Visa Bulletin. Others check the Visa Bulletin every month, while their actual issue is a USCIS delay, like an EAD renewal or pending adjustment. And this mistake is very costly, because when you focus on the wrong system, you waste time, sometimes months, sometimes years. So let's break both systems down clearly. First, USCIS processing. In 2026, USCIS is dealing with increased pressure, and this pressure did not happen overnight. There are three main reasons: long-term backlog policy changes, increased verification requirements. Over the past few years, USCIS introduced new rules, more background checks, more documentation requirements, more detailed verification. Now, in theory, this improves the system, but in reality, it slows everything down, because while the workload increased, staffing did not increase at the same rate, and this created a situation where processing times became longer and timelines became less reliable. Now, here is something most applicants misunderstand. When USCIS says your case will take 14 months or 18 months, that is not a prediction. It is based on past data, not current conditions. So when people plan their life based on these timelines, they often get surprised because those timelines change without warning. Now let's move to the second system. And this is where the real bottleneck exists, the visa allocation system. Every year, the United States issues a fixed number of green cards. For employment-based categories, that number is around 140,000 per year. Now think about that. Millions of applicants, but only limited visas each year. And then there is another restriction, the per-country cap. This means no single country can receive more than a certain percentage of total visas. So what happens? Two people can have identical cases, same job, same approval, but completely different wait times. And this is where delays become extreme. For example, applicants from India in EB2 categories can face wait times of 10, 15, even 20+ years. This is not an estimate. This is based on actual data. And most applicants are never clearly told this at the beginning. Now let's talk about something that confused thousands of people recently. Visa number carryover. In 2025, unused visa numbers temporarily increased availability. This caused the Visa Bulletin to move forward fast, and many people believed, finally, my turn is coming. But then something happened. Those extra numbers ran out, and suddenly, the system reversed. Dates moved backward. This is called retrogression, and this is why you must understand one key rule. The Visa Bulletin is not a schedule. It is a snapshot. It can move forward, and it can move backward. Now let's talk about something affecting people right now. EAD delays. For many applicants, EAD is their lifeline. It allows them to work legally while waiting, but in 2026, EAD renewals are facing serious delays. Even applications filed months in advance are not being processed on time. And when an EAD expires, the consequences are immediate. Now there is an automatic extension rule, but many people, including employers, do not fully understand it. So what happens? People who are legally allowed to work are told they cannot, simply because of lack of awareness. Now the most important question, can you speed this up? The honest answer is not at the system level, because the main delay is structural. It depends on visa limits, government rules, and annual quotas. But here is what you can control, and this is where many people make mistakes: late filings, missing documents, incorrect information, missed appointments. These small mistakes can add months or even years to your process, even when the system itself is already slow. So what should you do? Track the Visa Bulletin every month. Understand where your delay exists. File renewals early. Keep your documents accurate. Stay updated on policy changes. Because in a slow system, precision matters. The immigration system in 2026 is complex. It is slow, and in many ways, broken. But the people who understand it make better decisions. If this breakdown helped you understand your situation, subscribe to Global Immigration News. We bring you real immigration updates in a way that actually helps you take action. And for real-time alerts, join our WhatsApp channel. Link is in the description. You may be inside a slow system, but you are not powerless inside it. Stay informed, stay precise, and we will see you in the next video.